Welcome guys to UEFN Academy. In this video we will be creating this passive income system which helps us to earn money whenever the Brainrot gets into our base. We start earning money. So eventually when we reach 1000, we're also formatting this so it turns into 1k. And also we have now 1400, so we can also sell the Brainrot. So if we click it, we have 1500. So that's what we'll be creating in this video. So let's get started. So as always, you will find the files on my Patreon. So get on the how to create passive income device and just download all. When you get the file, you want to copy them and put them inside your project. Go into your project and in content, paste them here. Now go into game and click compile verse. And in your project name, you should see the files. So we are in a project and let's get started. So you will have the models here. So let's get the base. Click Alt and drag it to duplicate it. We can also rescale them. Click R to rescale, make them smaller, W, and bring them down. Let's bring the devices now. Brainrot conveyor device, currency system device, game manager, persistent manager, and sell Brainrot device. So let's get started now with creating the red carpet. So get in a shapes plane, click end to bring it down, bring it a little up, move it here, click R to rescale, and just make it bigger. Now let's make material red. Now for a Brainrot conveyor device, for this red carpet, we need 2 creative props. It can be anything. I have here some blueprints, so I can use that. If you don't want to see it, then you need to click actor hidden in game. So let's hide them. Actor hidden in game. Now we need to create carryable spawners. Let's create 3. One thing here on those carryable spawners. So you can write here carryable spawner, click enter to select them all. We need to deselect spawn automatically and respawn automatically. Otherwise, if we won't do that, the Brainrots will automatically respawn here whenever we sell them. Now, triggers. Buttons. Those buttons are used for selling Brainrot. Let's make it interaction time half a second. Interaction radius half a meter. Now with Alt, drag it and duplicate it. Now we need billboards. We can make it 2-sided, a little bigger, center, and green. Also we can add light overlay, outline. Now bring it, click W and bring it to your right. Okay, so let's start our first setup. So let's set up our base. So we go into game manager. We get the reference to persistence manager and to cell Brainrot device. In currency device, we also get our reference, then we create two bases, or it can be one for now. We also need to create the Brainrot position prop. So this is the target prop where the Brainrot will go. And this also can be hidden in game. So when we buy a Brainrot, they will go into this place. So game manager again. And let's set up the base. So we have player base position prop. Then we have 3 carryable devices. Carryable spawner. Then we have 3 billboards. Then we have 3 triggers, collect money trigger. And we have also sell Brainrot buttons. So that's the setup for our base. Now let's set up conveyor device. So we have Brainrot conveyor device, button devices for props. Let's get a reference to persistent manager and to currency device. Now we need to add initial prop spawn positions. So we get the first position and the last position, which will indicate the path for our Brainrot. So they will move from this blueprint to this blueprint. Now we need to create the buttons and billboard pools for our Brainrots. So those buttons and billboards, they will be used by new freshly spawned Brainrots. So let's get a couple of buttons. So I have here a button and I will just copy it 4 times. Now we need to create billboards. Justification center. Let's make it a little bigger. Outline light. And let's bring it down now. This one will be rarity. Brainrot wrapper name. And this one we need to name Brainrot wrapper rarity. The next one is cost. And the last one is money per second. We can also adjust the colors. After we set it up how we like, we need to assign all of those to the single parent, which will be billboard wrapper name. So assign them all here. Now click this button to get them into folder, and we will write billboard wrapper. Now click duplicate hierarchy and duplicate it 4 times. So those are our button and billboard pools. We will reuse them for each spawned Brainrot. Now we need to set them up. So let's get into Brainrot conveyor device. And now we need to add our buttons. So we have 4 buttons. Now we have billboard wrappers. So we have also 4. So for each of those we need to assign the wrapper. So we have a first one is name. Then we have rarity. Then we have a cost. And we have also money per second. So we just need to do the same thing for all of those. You can also click it here if you want and do it manually, but I prefer actually to just use the drop box. So after the setup, we should have something like this. So those are our billboard wrappers. And this is the whole setup for the conveyor device. Next thing, currency system device. Let's add here persistence manager. And let's add our currency. We will name it gold. Now we need to create two HUDs. So let's write here HUD, message device, and we need two of those. So duplicate one here. One of this will be notification. Display time we can set to 2 seconds. The second HUD device is HUD main gold UI. So from this one we want to remove the sound, and also we want to remove the animations. And here we need to provide our widget. So here we have a HUD folder and we have to get it here. So into HUD widget we have our UI. We also uncheck show for duration. It should be constantly showing. Here you want to set the layer higher and priority higher, so those two don't overlap each other. One important thing we also need to set up is on those HUD devices we need to set to triggering player. Message recipient is triggering player. And that's all for currency device. Let's get into next one. So in persistent manager we want to set up the amount of first floor prop slots. So this is 3. We have only 3 devices, 3 carryable devices, and also now we need to create the custom props. So here we have a couple of models and we will start with Gnome. We have a blueprint with animation, Gnome walk, and we will add it here. The second one will be Tung walking, and the next one is Chimpanzee walk. Those are blueprints with animations. So we now name them. We set up base coast. We set up Brainrot ID. And that's our setup. The last device, sell Brainrot device. We need to get reference to persistent manager and currency device. Save it. We also forgot here to put the on currency device. We have to provide the current amount HUD. So this is HUD main gold UI, and then we have a notification and we reference it here. Let's just add real quickly another base. So here I select all the devices. Now I click Alt and I bring duplicated devices to the next side. Now we go into our game manager. We create base, we add a new base, we provide the base position prop, and then we set up the devices here like we did previously. There is also one extra thing, so if you want to see your name here on the base, there's also support for that. So let's just take Billboard, make it two-sided, make it the biggest as you can, create outline, duplicate it to other side, and now in game manager, in your base, we have base name. So here we assign it here, base 1, and then base 2, assign it here, and save it. So when we are in the game, you can see that the name is assigned on the base correctly. Final result of our setup, if we just get 3 props, whenever they reach our base, they get spawned. If we get the money is also correctly formatted. Now if we sell them, as you see, we get the message that we sell them, and they don't appear again. So yeah, that's whole implementation. Let's check now actually how does it work in the code. So game manager is responsible for handling the passive income. So here we have a loop, tick money, So we are looping through all the players, we get the specific agent. Here we have a cache multiplier. If you have a rebirth system, you can set it up. For example, if you have rebirth level 3, then you will set it as cache multiplier 3. So it will just multiply the cache you get based on the rebirth. So here we are now looping through agent data Brainrot, so the Brainrot which agent is holding. And if on this index, on the first index, for example, we have a Brainrot, then we are checking our money per index table. This is array. This is a map actually, which agent holds. So for example, if we have a Brainrot 1, then we are holding some amount for the first Brainrot. So this money per index table basically indicates how much money we have on each specific index. So yeah, this is the logic if we have a Brainrot. If we don't have a Brainrot on this place, so we are just setting the billboard message to 0, so that it's not visible, so that we have $0. Then we have the currency system device, which has some methods for setting up the currency. So we have increment action, decrement. We have set action, which sets up our current currency amount. So agent is holding also, in this case, it's a map. So on the value of gold, we are holding some amount of money. So that's basically how it works. Then we have sell Brainrot device. So this is a simple device which just calls, which just looks up the Brainrot value at index. So we are returning the value of the Brainrot based on the Brainrot index. Then we are calling the method remove Brainrot at the persistence manager. So this just removes the Brainrot and sets up the billboard text to $0. At the very last, if we successfully removed the Brainrot, so we sold it, then we are making currency action from currency device, and we are incrementing the gold of agent by Brainrot value. So if the Brainrot is worth 1000, then we will be adding 1000 to agent current money. Then we have some helper class. This is a method which converts our whole money to smaller visible amounts. So we will have indicators like KM, which indicates the millions, and so on and so forth. So that's all for the passive income device. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, and join my Patreon. It helps me a lot, and I will see you in next videos. Take care and see you.